every single year, I feel like there's a new way that you have to think about doing business.
I had a tarot card reading.
A tarot card
Yes.
reading? What?
Yes. And
Yeah.
she said, you're going to set up your business. I was like, I won't swear, but I was like, there's no way.
You're doing so right
well.
at the end. Hello, my name is Colline and welcome to our brand new podcast, Kitchen Tales. I'm really excited to be here and introducing my lovely friend Rhona, who is going to be joining me. So we're going to be co-hosts. And yeah, our podcast is all going to be everything food. As we both work in the food industry, we're going to be talking about our experiences and also just talking generally about everything that happens in our little town. So we're both from West Berkshire in Newbury and surrounding areas. And yeah, we're just going to be giving you anything food related to do with that, sharing all our experiences. So Rhona, how are you today?
Hello, Colleen. Lovely to see you. It's so nice that we're actually here and we're actually doing it. I think we've been talking for a long time about this.
Too long.
And it's great, Colleen. I'm really excited.
I am
Really
as
good.
well. And it's like, I was just thinking, how did this actually come about? Because we talked about it really randomly and now we are
It was
actually
at
doing
lunch, wasn't it? We were
Yeah.
at lunch with Steph
Yes.
from Treble Chef. You came up with the idea.
Yeah.
And I was really excited. I'm in.
Yeah. And because I think it's like, we're usually in the kitchen all the time. And because we both work for our own, we don't tend to have a lot of sort of people that we work with. It can be a little bit lonely. And I think
Yeah.
our conversation started just saying, wouldn't it be great if we're able to just do something a bit fun as well?
Yes.
Just talk about our experiences.
Yes.
Yeah.
For me personally, it's really nice to actually come out of the kitchen and actually do something different.
Right.
Doing this for 10 years now.
Yeah.
And, I'm excited about meeting people, meeting some other small businesses, promoting them as well,
Yes.
all food related. So if anyone wants to come and join us on a podcast, we're open to some guests
Yes,
as
please.
well. So, it's exciting.
Yeah, I would really like that, especially if you run your own independent business locally. We just want to be able to highlight that. I'm sure you know me, I'm all about collaboration over competition. That's like one of my biggest things, because I think a lot of people that know us and our businesses, they'll probably be thinking, hang on, aren't you guys competitors? Because I think on paper we are competitors, aren't we?
We are.
We
yes.
really are, but I think...
I think we're friends as well.
Exactly.
And we like to help each other.
100%.
You've given me business, I try and give you business. We're all about helping each other and other businesses as well.
Absolutely. That's what it's about, because I always say we are all trying to get to the same customers.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's any way that we're able to help each other, and even if you're competitors, you all have different things that you do. And you all have your own flair of things that you do and that you work with. And the more we work together, the more I think we can hopefully all have more business.
Yes, exactly.
And because everyone wants a bit of variety, don't they? So, yeah. So I wanted to find out, Rhona, how did you actually get into the food industry?
So I've been, since a little girl, I have always been around food.
Yeah.
Love food, always cooked. And then I got to a point where we moved here. I mean, I won't go too far back, but when we moved here, my little girl was starting school in our village, just outside Newbury. And I wanted to do something. I was an army wife for a while. And so it was time for me to do something. And I thought about it hard, and I thought, what can I do? What do I enjoy? What do I love? And it's cooking. It's always cooking. It's always food. And I was talking to a local school mum, and she was keen to actually set up as well. And we talked about it, going into business together. And actually, sadly, she had to pull out. She had other commitments, so we didn't go down that road together. But I thought, I've come so far. We've actually spent months actually working and planning on starting a new business. And I thought, I'm going to do it. Nice. I'm going to carry on. And I've been running for about 10 years now.
Wow.
And I never thought I'd do it. Actually, a funny little story, actually. About a year before I set up my business, I had a tarot card reading.
a tarot card
Yes.
reading. What?
Yes. And
Yeah.
she said, you're going to set up your business. I was like, I won't swear, but I was like, there's no way. There's absolutely no way. That's not me at all.
Yeah.
And it's the best thing I've done.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
See, more people need to go tarot reading then.
Yes.
You can find out your future.
I've never done it
way.
again. I've never done it again, but it was just...
That's
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
like sometimes if you're so determined to do something, and it's like a lot of people do ask me like, how you started, where you're not scared. I think there's something almost like an inner power, I would call it, that just pushes you to just be able to do it. So that's why like if you keep on thinking about something, the idea is to just do it. Just do it and
Just
then
do it.
find out, because it's like that hunger that's in you will never go until you've actually just done it. So yeah, just being able to do it despite like, your friend not now being able to join you to do it.
Yes.
As you say, it's been the best thing that's ever happened.
Yes. Yes. And if you've got an idea, I always say, just go for it.
Yeah.
What have you got to lose?
Yeah,
Really?
that is true. That is true. Because
Colline-
it's so much easier
Yes.
not doing it, isn't it?
Colline, how did you set up your business or what?
So for me, it's slightly different. So ever since I was young, my dream was to be an accountant. That's all I ever thought about doing. And I don't even know what an accountant was, but I remember from the same age that my daughter is now, around 3-4 years old, I just used to go around just saying, I want to be an accountant, I want to be an accountant. So throughout my whole life, I never thought of anything else other than just being an accountant. So from when I went to high school, then went off to uni, I studied accounting and finance, and then I managed to be really lucky. I got my first job straight out of university. I was like a finance analyst at a big company, and that was my dream. Nothing else. Food side, I used to cook here and there. And it's only now my partner Z keeps telling me, saying, when we were in uni, you used to bake cakes for people for their birthdays. I genuinely don't have any memory of it. It feels like I blocked it out or something. But everyone around me used to see me as the person who does all the cooking and the baking for everyone. I didn't see myself like that at all. I think it was just sort of, I'm just doing things. It was never like a passion or anything like that. And after I had my child, I was on maternity leave. I had this big, massive urge to make his first birthday cake. I mean, I'd just given birth to this boy, but I was already thinking about his first birthday cake. And I said to myself, I want to make his first birthday cake. Come what may, I'm going to learn. And I thought, what's the best way to learn? Every single month, celebrating his birth date. I'll be like, okay, he's 1 month now. Let's make a cake. So that was sort of my practice. And I think the biggest thing that I wanted to do, I loved French macarons, really loved French macarons. And we had a shop in Newbury, a lady called Gail. Did you meet Gail? Who used to have yeah.
Oh, yes, I did.
Yes.
She had the shop on
She
the
had a
corner,
shop on
just
the corner.
outside. Yes.
So just like near St. John's Roundabout in Newbury, she had a macaron shop.
That's right.
And she used to make French macarons, and she used to also teach how to make them. So a friend of mine and I were like, right, let's go and learn how to make French macarons, because for my son's first birthday, I will have French macarons in there. I went to the class. I was awful. Everyone
It's
made...
hard though, isn't it?
That was
It's
really hard.
difficult.
For me, I really
I
struggled.
tried to make them once.
Yeah.
And I thought, no.
Nope,
I
I'm not doing
can't,
that.
No.
And she was a great teacher, Gay, and everyone else, their macarons rise, they were looking really good. Mine were flat as pancakes. And that gave me a determination to say, I need to learn how to make these at home. And when I made them at home, they came out really nice. So
Good
for my
for
son's
you.
first birthday, I made this beautiful table that had loads of cupcakes, loads of cakes. And that's, I would say, to me, that's when I started having the passion of wanting to cook. And I then ended up doing artisan market with my other friend that came to me.
I remember that.
Yeah, so I did an
I think
artisan
I
market.
first met you there.
Yeah, there
actually.
you go. So I did that, and it was just like a bit of a whirlwind again, never having done anything like that before. And we sold loads of cakes and everything. Again, I didn't really think that this is going to lead to anywhere. But what I didn't like about the market was just being outdoors.
Too cold.
Too cold. It was like too cold. And then I think I did another one. It was too hot.
Oh, right, yes.
I had made like loads of chocolate things. Everything melted. So I was like, outdoor events are not my thing. So another friend of mine who had come to the markets, she then found out that there was like a small yoga studio. It's called Inflow Yoga now. And it was run by a lovely lady called Abby King. She had a yoga studio, and there was a small, tiny space that was being run as a little cafe. It used to seat about 10 people. And she just said to me, do you think that this might work for you to be able to sell your cakes there? So that's how we started. And I went to see this place, and immediately after seeing it, I was like, I'm going to start a cafe. Huh? I went and told my partner then, and I said, I'm going to be starting a cafe. And he's like, you've never started a business before. You've never cooked for that many people before. How is this going to work? I was like, I don't know. But I feel like this is how it's going to start. And then, the rest is history. I'm sure on some of the episodes I'll be telling you more of the story.
Oh, I can't wait.
But that's literally how I started the business, and Colline's Kitchen was born.
That's amazing, Colline.
So out of nowhere, so me being an accountant, doing all this baking, I never learned to cook or bake anywhere else. You know, a lot of people talk about their mums teaching them how to cook and stuff. Not that my mum didn't, but even she says, I'm not going to take anything from that to say, I taught you how to cook. This is all just came from me. Mm-hmm. And it seems like I liked baking when I was younger. I just don't remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty much how I started the business. And so we just said we've known each other. So that means we've known each other for 7 years now?
Yes. So I was making quiches for you.
Yes.
By the studio.
Yes. The best quiches in the world, guys.
Oh,
to this day, I mean, I know how to make quiches, but I still think Rhona's quiches are way better.
Oh, thank
so that's how we started. And again, for me, starting a business, I think what I knew that I wanted to do was just support other small local businesses. And that's how we met.
You are so, I have to say, Colline, you are absolutely amazing, bringing in all the suppliers, all the local businesses.
Yeah.
And I think that's credit to you.
Honestly, it just makes sense to me. And I think especially within the community that we live in, it's such a supportive community. And everyone wants to support each other. So for me, it just made sense. This is the way for us to support each other. This is how we can do things. So I think from day one, I made sure that I had some things that were from local businesses. I remember I was even buying like cheese for the toasties from Pangbon Cheese Shop. I mean, it was quite expensive for just making toasties, but I was so dedicated.
The best cheese.
The best cheese. Everyone had to have the best cheese. And I quickly learned, actually, this is not sustainable for actually making a profit. Because I think these toasties, I would have had to sell them for like £15 for the good quality cheese that I was making. But I still buy from the Pangbon Cheese Shop for when I'm doing my events, when I have a cheese board, because, you know, just supporting other locals and people that are having good quality products, I think it's at the heart of both our businesses, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
yes.
Because that's the way we get to meet so many people as well. And I see it as a way of sharing business and sharing contacts. And I'm hoping that we'll have a few guests that are joining us.
Yes.
That are coming from all these other local businesses as well, that can join in the conversations of everything that we're talking about. Yeah, I'm really excited for this. So I know we were both a little bit nervous. How are you feeling now?
I'm actually feeling much better.
Right?
I have to say.
Yeah.
I think when these suddenly just get flow, you know, I just have ignored everything going on around us, and actually speaking to you and hearing what, you know, about setting up and everything.
Yes. So I think there's one thing that a lot of people ask me. They're always saying, okay, so you started up your business. You must have had like a lot of money. You must have had like, you know, a lot of help and support when you started. Like, how did you do it? And I wanted to find out from you, like, really when you started, did you have a lot of people helping you? Like, did you start and you had like, you know, did you take out a loan, or did you have like a lot of savings? How did you actually get to start your business from scratch, not having a previous background before? Yeah.
So when I first started, I started, well, I'm still in my kitchen because I never wanted to have a big catering company. That is not, because I'm self-taught as well. So when I first started, it was me on my own. And I started off, just how I just got going was providing home cooked food, lasagnas, cottage pies, all to hand out to families. And because I was working from home, I didn't have the overhead, so I was lucky in that respect. And I didn't bring any staff in. So it was very much about going to the local markets, advertising myself, pushing myself, putting flyers through people's doors. But it was actually none of that.
Yeah.
You know, it's all word of mouth. Wow. All word of mouth. Yeah. And so going back to your question, I was lucky in the respect that I didn't have any overheads, and I've done it all from my home.
Amazing.
Now, you know, a bit different, but starting off, that's really how I started. And it's just grown. So starting up, because I've been going now for about, for 10 years, or I'm in my 11th year, I think now. So I started off obviously with the family cooked food. Every year is different. I realised every year I had to keep pushing myself. And now, so I still do the family food occasionally when people want it, but I'm more, I suppose I love doing the parties. I love doing, I don't know if you do actually. I don't think you love the canapes. That is my favourite. It's my cocktail parties, canapes.
I'm not
big
super
parties.
adverse to them. I don't think I learned how to make canapes. It's something that's quite new to me now. But I see why you might like them though.
I don't know why, because people don't enjoy doing them because they're so bitty and so delicate and everything. They're so time consuming. But I love doing them. And I love having the buzz of just, being around in a kitchen with lots of staff and waiting staff and everyone and all the guests and everything, having a good time. So I think I've stemmed off from your actual original question. But
that's great, because this is how we can get to find out a little bit more about you and all the different things that you do as well.
I do find every year is different. Really, so 1 minute I might be doing a load of handover food. Maybe that's what I'm doing actually at the moment is I've got a few things that are coming up. Like I've got a confirmation lunch for 40 people. Package it all up. Salmons, beef joints, etc., salads and puddings and everything, and then I package it all up, clear instructions, and then hand it over to them. Deliver that, and it's fine. That's
great.
And then so I've got lots of bitty things, but a lot of handover. I'm
food.
Finding. Are you finding the same?
That's exactly the same that I've been finding. So I think, as you said, it's really changed. Every single year, I feel like there's a new way that you have to think about doing business, especially in particular since COVID times. So obviously I started off with having a cafe. I didn't think that I would be doing catering now. That was never my intention. I just thought that I would have like a catering business. I'll stay there. And so not catering business, a cafe. And people would come to the cafe, we send them cake, and then I'm back home. But immediately from the very first month that I started, people started asking me like, okay, can we get your sausage rolls? I'm having a party. Can I have 20 sausage rolls? So that's how the catering business started. And I think even your quiches as well. I used to order some quiches because some people would have asked for some quiches. So I'd get them from Rhona and then I'd add them as part of my service and whatever people would have ordered. And this year in particular, it's a lot of the handover food. So as you're saying, I did a christening last week. I've got another one this coming up Sunday. And it's all packaging it up at home because I'm working from home as well now. So again, the business has changed massively. And I think it's all about just almost like reinventing yourself every time.
But it's exciting. I find it's exciting, and it's just, next year will be different as well. We've got to go with the flow.
100%. I think that's the best way of going about it. Just going with the flow, keeping an open mind. And just knowing that trends change. I mean, I don't subscribe to like keeping up with the trends because it just changes just like this.
Changed so much,
And I think in the social media world that we are, because my business actually started with making cakes. So right now I've just been seeing all the different types of cake designs. If I'm just following that, I would be way behind because I've not kept up. There's been so many different trends that are coming up. Okay, this is a new cake. Like I remember when I started, there was like rainbow cakes. Everyone wanted rainbow cakes, and then the unicorn cakes for their kids. And then we went to having the drip cakes. And then it was like fault line cakes. And I think you just have to, first of all, keep with the changes, but also just finding ways to stay true to what you enjoy and what you like, so that, the work that you're doing, you can continue enjoying it, because it is hard work. Because, you know, when you see the products there, I think one thing that people don't realize, like how much we're on our feet from the cooking. And when we go to events, you're running around, and a big part of the job is not just being in the kitchen. There's a lot of behind the scenes, the admin. I mean,
yeah,
I'm going to talk about the admin.
There's a lot of work, and especially the washing up.
Yes.
The washing up, that's my absolute...
Can you believe I don't have a washing machine at home? A washing machine?
Joking.
Not a washing machine, a dishwasher.
You're
I don't have a dishwasher at home.
Oh my
so
goodness.
my hands now are looking pretty bad.
You need to get some...
I think I've gotten used to it now. And it's like, you know, if you don't have something, you just get used to it. So now I'm so used to just washing by hand. I'm just like, okay, washing by hand is quicker. But I think the day that I get a dishwasher in the house, I'll be like, yes.
Yeah, you need to. It's going to save
yes,
your life.
it's going to save a lot of time. But yeah, it's more than just being in the kitchen. So I think if anyone is starting a food business, you have to realize that it's more than just being in the kitchen. The putting up menus together, the communicating with people, the proposals. It's a lot more admin than you actually realize.
The shopping is actually quite big. That actually takes me a long time, and I'm always tweaking it.
Yes.
And yes, because the numbers are changing, maybe the special diets as well. So you need to add, so the admin side is a lot actually. Yes, and probably a lot of people don't actually realise the actual behind the scenes.
I think so.
We produce obviously this most delicious food, obviously.
Yep.
And but there's so much work that goes on.
There's a lot of work and behind the scenes.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I hope we can give people a bit of an insight of what that can look like, just talking about it in our next few episodes. And yeah, I'm just really excited to be sitting down with you and having conversations like this. And I'm hoping that we can be able to get some guests that are joining us so that people can just get a bit of an insight in what we do, what the industry is like. And yeah, I'm really excited for our next episode. And I think for us to end each episode, because I think about this all the time, what am I having for dinner? So Rhona, I'm going to ask you, what are you having for dinner tonight?
So it's a funny question, because most of the time it is very last minute. Yeah. The children are away at school, so it's my husband and I, and if I'm on my feet all day and I'm thinking about the food, a lot of it is actually leftovers that I've actually, not leftovers, food that I've made for clients, but actually tonight, I thought about it ahead of time. Yeah. We're having Thai fish cakes tonight. Ooh, and yummy. Some salad and rice, just a green salad and some vegetables. But I'm making the Thai fish cakes because we're trying to diet at the moment. So so there's no carbs in it. So it's lots of nice delicious. Spices.
Yes.
Some haddock. I bought some haddock.
Nice.
And some
Oh, that sounds yummy.
Yes.
And maybe you can show all our listeners and people watching us how to make them.
Yes, I will do. It's a very easy recipe.
On your social media.
And I actually made them last night. So actually I put them in the fridge ready for tonight. And it took me 10 minutes.
Oh, see? Now, this is going to be great, because I think for us talking about what we're having for our dinners, hopefully gives people that are watching us some inspiration of what they can make, of what they can maybe order. Because, I really struggle on most days.
What are you having tonight, Colline?
So tonight, I'm actually making some salmon. So it's been a little while since we've had fish. I think a lot of our meals, similar to you, are sort of curated based on what we're making for clients. So no one's been ordering any salmon recently, so I've not thought about salmon. So Z and I are having some salmon, and I'm putting together like a teriyaki style dressing to go on top of the salmon. So I'm using my friends Makan Malaysia's sauces. They do a really nice soy sauce that you can put on anything. So I'm using that as a marinade, and then I'm adding some garlic and ginger. And then I'm going to make like an ozo with mixed vegetables, just trying to be green and using up any seasonal vegetables that I can find at good prices in the supermarket. So that's what we're having for dinner tonight.
Sounds delicious.
Yes.
Can I come?
Yes, please do. I mean, we can do a food swap.
We could do a food swap.
We should. So thank you to everyone that's been listening to us, or if you've been watching us, you can find us on social media. So I'm at Colline's Kitchen on Instagram, or you can find me on Facebook, Colline's Kitchen. Rhona, where can people find you?
Thank you, Colline. They can find me on Instagram and Thyme_homecook.
Amazing.
And Facebook. And I think it is Thyme Home Cook.
Thyme Home Cook. All right, we hope you can join us on our next episodes. See you then.